Okay.
And okay, this is awesome. I'm so happy that I get to see you, Lisa, in person. This is really great. And
Me
Shreya,
too.
the same. And thank you for both of you coming and wanting to learn a little bit about sketching and the process of drawing and what it really what happens before the big pieces go on the wall.
Yes.
Also, it could be about writing or dancing. Like the final piece doesn't have to be necessarily something that we put on the wall, like a finished painting or something, but it could be writing or dancing or music.
Okay.
So, um, with that, uh, I'm gonna go around. I'll start first. I'll introduce myself so that way, like, we all kind of know a little bit about each other. Um, I'm Alexandra Monea. I am from Romania, but also from the US. Um, I've been a professional artist and graphic designer for the last 7 years, which is kind of wild. And I've been to art school for painting and printmaking. So those are the things that I love, and I'm happy to be here to start teaching some of the things that I've accumulated over the years. So, Lisa.
Okay. So I am actually South African. Um, but my husband is Dutch, and I didn't think I would end up living here, but as it turned out, it would be easier for me to move here to the Netherlands than for him to move to South Africa. So about 3.5 years ago, I moved here. Um, Yeah, and I do love it. And my background is mostly in marketing. I recently, at the end of December last year, I left corporate world and I started my own business. So I'm mostly into writing, content marketing and that kind of thing. But I have, from a very young age, I was always into drama and art and being very creative. But somewhere along the way, I think when I started working and going into corporate, I lost the artistic flair. So I actually just said to my husband, I hope I can remember how to express myself and draw something in this class. But yeah, that's my background.
Good to know. That's awesome and beautiful. And don't overstress it. We're gonna make it super, super simple and fun.
Okay.
Start
So
there.
for me,
Talk.
yes, so for me growing up, art's always been therapy, even through drawing just expressions or creations. But my art comes in the form of writing. I love poetry, writing. I grew up doing a lot of like spoken word and different orations to express my views and motivating, inspiring people. I've always done research, so I've always done background on like educational childhood obesity and research in undergrad and graduate school. So I've always been here in the States. My husband is Cameroonian, so we will be traveling. So he is from Africa.
Oh,
And so,
nice.
I like hearing that. Yeah, so I'm excited. So we'll be traveling and experiencing, different parts of different. Hopefully, I can come to your where you ladies are as well someday. But we definitely want to travel as the little one gets a little older. But a lot of my passion has been in working in the field. Like my background is master's in social work, so I've always worked with families and therapy and worked in schools, a lot in the community. So I've always been like outreach, giving back. So a lot of my writing comes from personal life experiences, just speaking from the heart, my truth, my healing, my journey. So that's when that's what's been the motivation here on Substacks and just seeing art as a form of expression. My daughter is a passionate artist. I share with Alexandra. She's 9, almost 10. So she brings the artistic side of me back out of just expressing myself through my writing or through images as well. So I'm excited to be here.
That's beautiful. And I love every bit of it.
Thank you.
We're all from different parts of the world, and somehow we have so much in common. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay, before we start, I want to just read you guys, ladies, a quote from the book The Artist Way, which pretty much has become my Bible for some time. And in the beginning of the introduction, she says, we must trust our process, look beyond results. So simple, short sentence, but it's so true. A lot of the time, we focus on the finished piece in the gallery or the finished um, concert or whatever it is, the big piece, but we never really focus on the process or document the process and what it really takes to contemplate something and how are we going to execute it. So I wanted us to pick something really meaningful, which is our inner kid. And I thought it would be a really great place to start because when we were kids, we were very creative. We would just come up with stuff that along the way, like you said, Lisa, just gets lost because of just life. So that's why I wanted to pick a photo of us as kids and to focus on our energy to channel that spirit. And I picked mine, which is me when I was little. I think I was 6 at in my grandma's backyard. I was a little bit upset about something, but I remember having a really great time that summer. I got to eat a lot of watermelon, a lot of corn. I'm pretty sure I pooped a lot because I ate those things in conjunction with each other. But I really had fun, period. So I picked this image and Lisa, do you have your photo? I actually have yours, Lisa, here. So you did send it to me so I can show it on
Oh,
this.
yes. Yeah, that's it.
Can you see the other screen pretty well, or should I switch the audio to the other screen?
No, I can't see it.
Okay, awesome. Shartia, if you want to show us your photo if you do have.
Yes, I do. I managed this actually out of a photo book. Like when I was younger, my mom had a book created, so I can show that book just a moment. Okay.
At least I really love this photo. It's super simple. You're going to be able to actually get all these things down without not much stress.
Okay, I'm looking
What are,
forward to that.
what are some of the things that you think are going to be troublesome to you when you look at this photo?
Well, when I originally chose it, I thought that I'm sitting on a couch. How to actually capture that, I thought might be a problem. Um, but I was actually more interested in mainly just getting like seeing how I did the top part, my
Mhm.
face, hair.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. We'll get into the technical part in just a little bit.
Okay, I'm trying to show mine here.
No
The
stress.
little one. Just a moment.
So what
Okay.
we will do in the meantime, after we see Shartia's photo,
Can you see? Let me go back to my camera.
we
Okay,
see.
yes.
It's the portrait.
Okay.
Look at you.
It's one of like my first, it's this one here that I'm going to use. It's like one of my first times I participated in like a scholarship program, like a scholarship
Oh, you muted yourself.
scholarship. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. So yes, it just came with young girls believing in themselves, building confidence, supporting one another. So that I wanted to go with like one of my first
Awesome.
times, my social outings, motivating and supporting other girls, and that's where this one here is. You ladies,
Awesome. You look beautiful, and I'm excited for you to draw that.
thank you.
Okay, so this is what we'll do before we even start drawing. We're gonna take 5 to 10 minutes to write about this photo, why we picked it, what drew us to it. Um, if you can remember a smell or like a color or something about that day that you want to write down, just jot it down in 5 to 10 minutes. I'll check in with you ladies at 5 minutes. And after that, we'll get into the technical parts of the drawing. Okay? I'll start the timer now.
Young and innocent, light full of wonder, excitement, new beginnings, support, excitement.
5 minutes so far. Let me know if you ladies need more time.
Oh, no, no, I'm good.
You good? Okay.
I'm good on my end as well.
Can you hear me now by any chance? Can you hear me?
I'm good on my end.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So now that we've written that down and it's in our mind, we can channel that fun energy into what we're about to jump in. So I will use my example and I'll jump a little bit with Lisa's example too. So that way we have a little bit of two references. Okay. So when you look at this photo initially, what I tend to do is I form a grid on the photo. Or if you don't want to mess up the photo, then you just kind of like keep a visual aspect as to where the center is. So that way you have an easy time doing the same thing in one of the boxes that you're going to draw on paper. So that way I can actually understand this is the center. This is where the figure is. So I usually never start drawing the actual body, the eyes, the details, because that will instantly like just take you into like an intense like ah too many details. So what I actually do, I go into boxes. I try to like squint my eyes and see big shapes. So if I squint, I see roughly a blob here. If I squint, I see a blob here, one over here, and these are shadows. So that's what I'm seeing as like a big blob. So that's how I map things out. I roughly like, this is like where this line is. So I just want you to like enjoy the fact that you're gonna scribble this box. So let's all just actually draw the shape of the photo that we have on paper and look at your photo, squint, and see big shapes.
I have a quick question. Should I go with something for like more simple background because mine is very like a very busy background?
You
I
can.
was going to go with just like a grade school picture that I have that may be a little bit more easier.
Yeah.
It's just waist up instead of something tall and with a lot on the
Yeah,
background.
yeah, yeah. Pick something that's easy. You can always make a change.
Okay, thank you.
We're not condemned to one photo. We can change our mind anytime. So yeah, that I always look at big shapes first, and I always look at lights and darks. And if I squint, the light stands out to me very much, which is the actual person. But I like to map out, as you can see, there's a shadow in between my legs. So I put that in here. There's this shadow over here. So I just scribble it with not caring how it looks. And there's some little shapes in the background here. I also picked kind of a challenging photo because there's a lot of like shadows creeping through the leaves. But yeah. And it really does help too to print the photos so you can scribble on the photo and like you can make an even more detailed grid. You can have like all these boxes that can help you really understand where the head, nose, foot falls into. And then you can make a second box that you will draw in the same exercise, but this time just solely focusing on shadows. So no rush, you can still work on your first box, but um, I'll change to the one to Lisa's photo. So if I squint at Lisa's photo, you see the couches here. You can also like box things too, it, like I said at the first time. There's boxing things, so you kind of know roughly where they locate themselves in the frame. So in the box up top, in Lisa's photo, I see, I think that's a door or something, or actually that's a refrigerator. Okay. Lisa's head is in right here at the top. Couch actually comes here. So the head needs to be moved. And then Lisa's face comes into the second box below. And her arm slowly migrates into the box bottom right. Legs, couch. And just like that. See, I mean, nothing, there's no intense details, but we're starting to understand where these objects find themselves in space. And that's from the simple fact that we actually drew a line. So we have a center, and then we can guide ourselves based off of that center. And you're working with smaller frames, which takes a lot of pressure off of you visually. So now that we kind of understand where things are, we can start putting shadows in, just like very, we got a shadow over here. Her hair is really dark. There's a segment over here that's just extremely dark. The couch is dark too, but not so dark. And be conscious of the pressure that you put. The harder the pressure it is, the darker it gets. So that dictates where things are in space. Like, for example, over here, this feels really far because it's so dark. Am I making sense so far?
Mhm.
Yeah. Is anything feeling weird or challenging?
Well, the box method, that seems to be a way of getting it. Right now, I'm just observing. I'm getting ready to leave. So I'm just observing right now and taking notes. But I feel like seeing where the face fits in, the images, the arms, different parts, just starting it off and looking for the shadows that makes all the difference. So I'm taking this all in right now.
Perfect.
I will send you mine just as a way for like maybe next time
Yes.
or just some points.
Yes, and I will actually
it will be easier to print it off as well.
just send it to me right now, and then we can use yours too in class.
Okay.
I will use it in the painting section. We'll migrate from this drawing part.
Okay.
Actually, I can draw yours right now too because it just helps to see a repetitive and when images actually change. So look at that. That's already shaping out. And there's a lot of shadow in this side of the head. There's a little triangle right in here. It's really small, but it's pretty dark. And then there's the couch. There's a phone, I think, over here.
Yeah.
And then it's still pretty dark here. So anyways, now we're gonna grab, finger doesn't go to the other side. And remember, these are not supposed to be like masterpieces. They're what we're gonna go back when we do try to finish this as like an official piece. This is what you like look really quick to remind yourself that, okay, things do line up correctly. Hmm. And then when you get to the face, because like a lot of people get stuck at the face aspect, just look at like roughly where the eyes are and just draw like a line. That indicates the eyes, and then the nose is roughly somewhere over here, and then the mouth roughly over here. And that's about it. You don't have to complicate it. And just another maybe one to kind of indicate roughly where the head is tilting. Because if it was tilting like, I don't know, to this, tilting to the side somehow, then it wouldn't be like a straight line like this. So your head's pretty straight up. And that's what indicates it. We see a little bit of your neck. That's kind of it. That's the mapping of the photo. And like, and look how cool it looks. To me, this
that looks really good, even just the silhouette, like the beginning image of it.
Yeah, like the beginning silhouette of I like these little like croquet sketches. And then what's really cool as writers, which you both are, you can do this and then write underneath it and really like your hand, like actually write the story below it, which is really cool.
The image, yes. And I see my image over. That looks really good so far.
Yeah, let me see the photo. Hold on. You send it to me in oh, perfect. Okay, I have something to work. That is a pretty cool photo.
Thank you.
Let me save it so Lisa can see it too really quick. Just like so Lisa has context. Excuse the mayhem. Look how awesome this photo is.
Oh, that's so cute.
Thank you.
Love it.
Let me grab a pencil. Oh. Excuse me, ladies. I dropped my pencil and I need a sharpener, which is right. Okay. Perfect. So this is landscape, which is really great. Um, mm, Stop the screen so I can actually see if anything looks funny. Okay. You guys can see my drawing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not out of frame. So I always draw a frame, no matter what. I either paint this or I draw it, but I always have a frame just so I know where my border is and I can focus on that. Okay, so I started there's a little bit of distance between the photo, I mean the bun and the end of the frame, correct?
Okay.
Okay. And then there's a little bit of space at the bottom between the shoulder. Same over here on the side. I'm squinting to see kind of the middle. I'm gonna actually rebrand this. Your face is pretty center. The bun is roughly here, so I'll make it round as a shape. I wouldn't stress myself too much. I would make an oval for the head. Um, There you go. I'll just mute you really quick so it doesn't change the screen. Okay, so I draw a line to kind of indicate where the shoulder, where the chest and the neck connect. I squint and I see the darkest things that stand out to me there. It's the sweater, and I squint, like the middle part of the sweater. So I drop that down and then I squint, and the next thing that's the darkest is the hair. And that roughly, I'll just shade it in like that, shade the sides. Um, okay. And then to kind of focus, this is also, you're looking straight into the camera. Um, so it's very like looking straight ahead. So the line goes straight, nose underneath that, mouth underneath that. You can draw the little bones too. What a great photo, by the way. I really love this photo. I'm actually going to draw both of yours pictures once I'm done with the class. Okay, so this is kind of just mapping out. It doesn't have to happen much, but at least you have the context of the shape and you can move forward to the next step, which um, you can put more detail into that and we can start adding like little elements like the eyebrows and keep it sharp lines. Like don't try to go too round, too abrupt. Like figure out where things belong and then you can start um, adding like curvature to things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks good so far. I see it coming to life.
Coming to life. That sweater, I wish I had it. I would wear it right now. Yeah, just mapping things out without really caring where things land. And you know what? If I would have messed this up, I, I have another box that I can work this in. And this time, maybe you played this in this manner. I just want the shape of it. I don't care what it looks like. Just want to see where it lands. Yeah, that's it. You don't have to make things complicated. You just play like that. Okay. So where is my sweet Lisa? She disappeared. Oh, there she is. Okay. Switching back. Do you ladies have any colors with you by any chance?
Not right now, no.
Okay, I'll just show you guys and show you ladies this, and then you can do it on your own
Okay.
when the class is done. So here you go, that's the middle. So it's the same concept as your sketching. You do the same thing in painting. Same image, you still divided, same concept. The thing over here, instead of just, drawing your box, you paint your box. And the paint that you choose is usually, it's very deliberate why I chose this color. Do you know why I chose it?
Um,
It's the tone of, is the temperature of the photo.
ah,
So I look at this photo and it's summer, so it's sunny, it feels hot, and the tone of it is like a yellow, a warm yellow,
okay.
maybe a brown. Um, I don't know if you can see my painting behind me, but this painting it's also taken, the photo of it is taken in the summer, and it has an undertone of a yellow. This makes the painting itself um, really, like, it gives it a realistic feeling, like it's actually in the summer. Because if I were to use a blue tone, it would make it look like a cloudy day.
Okay.
So now we take Lisa's photo. Lisa's photo is also in the same range of temperature as my photo. It's a warm um, temperature. Uh, and Tortea's photo, um, there's like a tint of blue. That's because it was taken inside the studio. So that has like it could be like a very light blue, maybe, because the neon light. But her skin tone is warm, so maybe you could use like a light blue that turns into like maybe a yellow, but that turns into green. We'll see. Um, I would aim more towards blue with her photo. So over here, I would use an undertone, a light brown or a light yellow. Same with mine. And then the other photo, a light blue, and see how that turns out. So anyways, once you start painting, when you're by yourselves, paint the shape of your photo, if it's vertical or horizontal. And then you pick some colors to use. So most people in painting jump straight into colors, like skin tones, blues, pinks. It's the most distracting thing to do up front with a painting. So I would say if it's a warm temperature photo, you pick a few colors. So I picked the yellow, which is the background. I picked a brown and a green. If I mix these two together, they'll give me a black almost. It looks like black. So this is my black, and this one's like a really, really light pink, almost white. So I'm actually playing with three colors. This yellow, this black, brown, and four, and this white. And what I did over here, I actually started mapping the shadows and the lights. I didn't focus on the details of her face. I didn't focus on anything. I just put in the shapes that I saw the most intense. And I used the brown to convey that. And a little bit of the green over here, whatever it was like the darkest. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Awesome. So eventually, when you start working this little painting, still in the test phase, you can push some of the details by giving the correct shape of like this shadow, or putting a shadow from the pants, from the pelvic area. Those, as you start putting in the shadows, the details just out of nowhere emerge. It's kind of insane how you didn't do anything to like focus on like an eye. You just put a dark over here. Here's a good example. It's a drawing, but same concept. Let me see if it, see like how the shadow falls underneath. And you see how the shadow falls on my eyes and my forehead?
Yeah.
That's all I did. I just drew the shadow, and I just two little lines to kind of, nothing more than that. Just
Okay.
shadows. Happy shadows, like Bob Fosse would say, or happy clouds. Um, let me actually try with Lisa's. Would you like me to continue with the painting or continue with the drawing aspect? What would be more helpful right now?
I enjoy the drawing. I'm not sure, Lisa. I'm okay if she wants to drawing or painting. I
No,
really
I
want.
agree. I'm quite into the drawing, so
Yes, me
Okay,
too.
perfect. Okay, let's do that. Um, let's see. Actually, let's start doing again. Let's take Lisa once again. It's so hot over here. I feel like I'm losing weight as I'm talking. And it's Romania. It's technically not supposed to be hot. That's my little boy you guys hear in the background. Okay, so now I want to like actually, I'll do the same thing. I still box it. I don't do anything different. But this time my intention is to put more detail, to really focus on adding more to it. So I just hear a tiny little boy outside. Okay. So Lisa's right here. She's, most of her body is in this box. So I can see how um the head is too big. But because it's in such an early stage, I don't care. Like I can always like, I don't even have to erase this. I'm okay with the fact that it just needs to be a little bit smaller. Her nose is right here. Face is right here. Hmm. No. Her head needs to go roughly this way. See? There's a push and pull. I'm constantly looking at my, no, I'm still not in the right spot. I need to push it a little bit more. This looks like a better distance. And then I continue. There's a button over here. There's shoulder and arm. And the arm comes over here, elbow. See, now I'm like approaching it a different way. I'm actually outlining it pretty like intensely. I'm looking at this, working with this area. Um, if something like is not clear in the image, like as to where it falls in the box, you can always draw a line on the image. So you can kind of just follow like the hair over here is roughly past the hair bone. So the hair bone falls over here. You know, you're just constantly like cheating and like drawing a line to see where in comparison to the original image. You can never mess it up. Never. There's no such thing as mistakes. Okay, so the where's the ear? The ear like falls like in between the lines roughly underneath the bun. So we'll just like roughly like put a ear over here. Okay, so we kind of boxed our face a little bit. Good. And she does have like a tilt to the head, so the line of the eyes do go a little bit down. So nose as a line, mouth as a line too. But she's smiling, so you can put a little dimple. See? Okay, now that we're getting a little bit better at this, um, hand is over here. Uh, pants matter a lot, so they still stick out in this box. And they go roughly in the middle of this box, roughly. And the other knee comes out. Just like that, you're starting to have something going on. Okay, now that I'm seeing these shapes, I would like to start putting some shadows just so like my eyes can like settle. Um, so I'm gonna go in and just color in the couch. And then, like I said, there's this darkness over here. Perfect. And then hair also kind of blends in with everything that is happening in the background. This over here. Perfect. Done. And then this segment over here is as dark as this part right here. So this couch, ta-da. And then Lisa's legs are next, that are the darkest. So we'll just like fade those because they're not as dark as like the rest, but they are darker. Skin. There you go. Right over here. And then the face. Ta-da! And that's all you had to do is just look at that. And you like, I can't hear you.
Oh, I said that's really good.
Yeah, and like you with like such basic shapes, you quickly are able to put down the information without stressing if it's good or not. And like these are they're like great as they are because there's little sketches. Um, so how do we add more detail to this? You can. It is more rough. Um, you can use erasers in some cases. There's like these like sticky gums that also retract uh, the pencil. It's kind of like an eraser, but it's more like a gum. I don't know. Have you ever seen that, Lisa, before?
No, no.
Yeah, it's this like elongated gum. Like you can just keep pulling.
Okay.
It's like and like it just you touch it and like it takes off the pencil.
Is
Uh,
it is it similar to something that you use to like hang pictures up, or you can like stick it on the back of something to hang up? Is that what you're referring
If
to?
you go to the art store and in the eraser section where they sell erasers, they have these like gray gums or like erasers. I call it gum because that's what they call it in Romanian. I apologize. Uh, Gray erasers, and you literally they're like Play-Doh, but those just like if I were to put it over here, it would just like it would take this off completely. I would remove it. It's insane. But anyways, I'm complicating things. Um, let's keep adding details to this because it's I think it will help a little bit. What I could do, I can start focusing on the shirt shadows. There's some lines that go across her stomach, her there's like a triangle over here, so I can like the sleeve over here. There's like a little triangle over here that shows the difference between the shirt and the arm. Yeah, I guess if you're doing a drawing right now, just keep pushing, keep putting more details that you see from the image, and see where like you get stuck. I usually get stuck on hands. I'm not gonna lie. So I see a finger over here. I see a finger over here. I literally draw the hands. Like I box them up. I don't try to like make them like nice and wavy. Like I just roughly want to like get a sense of how her hand is sitting. There's a shadow on her arm. What's that? Oh, and the couch has like it splits over here into like the segments, and it has, but we're not going to focus on like how the shadow falls on the couch yet. Let's see. I'm not done yet. You're like, Mom, 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 Mom. Okay, let me look at this photo. Okay, so we have a portrait. Stunning. Bottom is mostly sweater and neck. Head at the top between the two boxes. Beautiful bun at the top. Forehead roughly between the bun and the bangs. See, I'm actually just putting lines down, not committing too much. And I know it looks like a bunch of scribbles, but like that's how it's actually gonna help me like fine tune and figure out if things are out of alignment. I want the sweater down. Like put it down like that. Put the bangs. And I noticed at the top of the photo that the right side of the hair sticks out more. So I put a little bit more dark on this side. And there's some hair over here. There's beads on the hair over here. I'll draw a line for the eyes. And the eyes, by the way, is in alignment with the ears. So we kind of like draw roughly the ears in there. And then the nose is pretty like even in the middle, very symmetrical face. We put it over there. And the smile is like right here. She's smiling, so there's almost dimples and cheeks forming. And just like that, like nothing too crazy. The middle of the sweater stands out, like I said last time. Hmm. There you go. Any questions?
The dimension of the image. Do we start small, big, a
Uh,
whole sheet of paper, a half sheet of paper?
mine is, these are pretty small. Like you see my hand?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, the size of your hand.
Okay.
It could be smaller than that, but like this is usually like the frame that I enjoy working with.
Okay.
And it's just easier to manipulate. And you can make like have like maybe two on this page. The bigger the bigger they get, the more complicated they get.
Okay.
So just for like the purpose of really understanding scale, staying small with the drawing helps. Draw the shapes of the sweater. The sweater itself is so decorative that actually is really worth drawing, and it's really cool. So thank you for actually bringing this photo to the.
Thank you. I see me as you're drawing.
This is awesome. And there's a necklace. Um, but yeah, I think what you both ladies should just take away from this is that if you print your photo, you grade it, like you draw a line in the middle, so you find the center.
Mhm.
It makes it easy to break it down. And if you start drawing big shapes as you squint, like I like I did with my body, like just see one big shape in the middle. I put that down. I see some other shadow shape. I put that down. And over time, as you layer these things, you can start adding more detail. I'll just continue with this. Actually, it's just easier with Lisa's photo, just so you guys have an example. So you have a mess over here of like shadows and things
Mhm.
happening, but you can still push this to actually have more detail. So um, instead of actually drawing a nose like that, I try to look even at that small scale. There's shapes of shadows. So there's a shadow behind the nose. So just put over here a little bit of a shadow. There's a little bit of shadow right here between the eye and the nose. So I put a shadow. I even the eye, I put a shadow. There's a very distinct line on the forehead. This side is shadow, this side is light. So I draw a line and just shadow it in. And that attaches to the eye. I shadow that in too. There's another shadow underneath the nose between the lip and the nose. I shadow that in. There's shadow underneath the chin. I shadow that in. And even the neck, there's the shadow kind of falls on the neck, so I shadow that. And then a little bit of darkness on the other eye. And you're already starting to have like a face going on with very little
Detail.
detail.
Okay.
Less is more. I remember going into art class too, being very determined to like get a face right. And all I did is just like butcher it by the nose being like a weird place. Like um one of my best painting teachers said, constantly squint, Alex. Squint. What do you see? I don't see anything. Well, no, you're not looking right. Squint, damn it. Okay, I see like a triangle. Draw that. Don't draw the nose. Hold on, we have an emergency. Bye. Oh, he like tipped over, but he's fine.
Oh, okay.
That is there technically to help him. Um, okay. Let's see what else I can spot here. Mm, I need, and also pencils, by the way. Depending on what type of pencil you have, like this is a B, but it feels very soft. So like my lines get they're not sharp, they're how do I explain this? Um, some pencils are soft. It literally it feels like butter when you draw a line. And some of them just feel very abrasive. And with those abrasive pencils, you can actually get better details, but they leave dents in the paper. With the soft pencils, you can get like really nice, like smooth butter like strokes, but
Okay.
also they can get very smudgy and like the shapes get lost. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So see, have like three pencils, a really sharp one, HB, um, a little softer one, a B2, which is nice. It's the grade of the sharpness. And then
Okay.
a B6 is pretty soft.
Okay.
So if you can work between those three pencils, uh, uh, you can get the whole range to softness to is everything okay? Thank you.
Alexa, Alexandra, my apologies. I'm going to back and forth just listening, but I'm in and out of, with my little one now. With my
I'm sure about it. I have my little one screaming outside.
Okay.
It's just part of the fun mom game.
Yes.
I'm surprised he's not in here like jumping on me, but I was very strict about it. So because he doesn't play nice when I'm working. Um, Lisa, what can I see what you've been working on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
See, that's
I'm
really great.
That looks really good, Lisa.
Thank you. Um, I don't know how to do the legs. I've got them very wrong right now, but I guess I will figure it out.
The legs. Ah, yes. Okay. Um, Let me see my screen. So you lift your drawing up a little bit. Let me see again. Okay, so what you did initially, you try to like fit both of them to be roughly the same size. So
Yeah.
just put the image above where you're supposed to draw it.
Okay.
Squint again and look what shape are the pants. Stop thinking, look, I don't want you to think these are legs. They're blobs.
Okay.
Look with your squinting eyes. So when you squint, this is the shape I see when I squint. That is this is the pants. See? Pants
Yeah. Okay.
when I squint. And then I see your leg, your first leg that's on top.
Yeah.
Me, I see a straight line. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. That's all I see.
Okay.
Boxes.
I'll
And
do
then
that.
there's this other one behind it. Tick, tick. That's it. And this is how your legs, three objects. One, two, three.
Do you mind lifting that page up a little so I can see?
Oh,
Okay. Got it. Okay, like that.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Three separate objects. When you squint, you see that.
Yeah.
See? Choo, choo, choo. And
Okay.
I try to emotionally detach myself from thinking these are legs. That's what my teacher used to tell me
Okay.
as well. The moment we
Yeah.
we say those are legs, we try to draw them as legs, and that's why they look funky.
Okay. Got it.
Shapes. We're always looking for shapes that we can actually put down quickly. And
Okay.
this is what I was able to understand. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
This applies for everything, even for hands. Hands are more complex, but yes.
Alexandra, Alexandra, sorry, I have to go now.
You go and do your thing. You've been lovely.
Thank you so much. I've learned so much. So I'm going to finish this off and
Please
work
do.
on it.
Yeah,
And
just finish painting the boxes and try to like attempt with the shadows. Always draw the shadows and the shapes that you squint and see.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna do that and try. Yeah, I'll try with the shadows. I'm not sure how to do it, but I'll play around with it.
We'll communicate over text and we'll figure it out together, okay?
Okay, awesome. And Shatea, nice to meet you. I
It was
think
a
she,
pleasure meeting you as well. I have a
yeah,
busy little one in the background, and so I'll come on camera next time. It's busy on my end.
okay, no problem. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes. And we'll see each other next month and we will come with what we have and we will attempt with painting next time. Or we
Okay,
will continue with drawing. We'll see, we'll test the waters and see where we're at.
Okay.
okay. Thank you so much, Alexandra. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the
Have fun
afternoon.
writing and sketching.
Well, okay, thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Okay, let's continue with your drawing. I mean,
Okay.
your photo. Let's see. Oops, no. Oh, I can't minimize it. Can you hear my little one? Just, mommy, mommy, mom,
Yes.
mom, 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 what? Oh, to be a mom. Okay, so how do we figure out the face? So there's not a lot of objects or furniture or whatever, but we have a very complex sweater and we have jewelry and oh my God. We have a shadow underneath the chin. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna focus mainly right now on the hair because that actually gives me a lot of information as to where things are. So I just draw the hair first. And the little ones over here. I see the bangs kind of come pretty close to the eyes, to the eyebrows actually. So we're gonna draw a line for the eyebrows. And then you see how from the eyebrows you have these lines on the it's a shadow really this over here. And then you have the eyes. Actually, there's a pretty good distance between the eye and the eyebrow. So that's something to keep in mind. And I drew a line over here, but I'm not sure if you can see. I'll lift this up a little bit. But there is a pretty good distance between the eyebrows. The nose comes over here. The cheeks are high, so put in the cheeks a little bit like that. There is a shadow that falls roughly from the right side lip down. It's very faint because you do have artificial light on your face. There is shadow on this side of the face. You just have to kind of squint and like see the subtleties of shadow. So maybe like for next time, maybe you pick a photo that has good shadows,
Okay.
and maybe like some objects in the background that you can easily like kind of guide yourself. But this portrait is great too. I really love this portrait. You see shadows underneath the eyes. On the side of the head, there's some shadow. Good chunk of shadow on the neck over here. This is such a beautiful photo, but I like love this photo. Yeah, I'm so excited to actually sit down and draw it. Is it okay if I post these drawings?
Absolutely. And I'll let other writers know about you as well.
Thank you. And send me when you do your drawings, send them to me too, so I can create a blog and I can tag both of you and we can kind of it'll be like a co-creation between all of us.
Okay.
I'm not sure
I'm
how.
gonna get my daughter to help me because now that you mentioned the gray thing, she does have those art supplies. So
Yeah, I had a feeling she has it.
yes. So and also on Saturday she can at least, take a note or two from this as well. So I'm excited to get her
Yeah,
support on this.
bring her. I would love to meet her. But yeah, I bottom line, I try to focus on lines that guide me so I understand where this thing is in space. The shadows, the darks, the lights kind of help me understand also, and I don't put crazy details down. I never do. Not up front, at least. Once you get to the big piece and you want to really detail, then yes, that's different. And then that's kind of it. I mean, I don't want to like bombard you with information.
No, this is good. Good so far.
You
And I'm gonna watch the recording over so I can actually take my time with it with the little one right now. And I'll do this and like it'll be my middle of the night project.
definitely, and don't overthink it. Just just draw with the mindset that you're gonna write as well. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe like a really beautiful writing comes out of it. Maybe your final piece is not necessarily like finished drawings or paintings, but maybe something really beautiful comes out of
That I can write.
that you can write. You're sketching, you're reflecting upon a period of your life that
Mhm.
it may be good, it may be bad, like whatever it is that comes up, like that's a really cool part about sketches and writing and like contemplation. Um, I find them really meaningful and beautiful. So, so yeah,
For this.
you are very welcome. It was a pleasure. And we will keep doing it. And I hope you come. And
I'll
yeah,
definitely stay connected. And I look forward to that recording as well so that I can watch back and take the steps. But it looks really good. But thank you so much for this.
you are very welcome. I'll make sure today, tomorrow, I'll upload the video. I think on YouTube, I'll make it private and then I'll send it to you both.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. And
Enjoy
then
the rest of the day. Thank you. Well, it's morning for me. Sending kisses.
it's over here. Yeah. Totally forgot. Well, you have a beautiful day with your family, and we will talk soon.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Bye bye.